Hey everybody, and welcome back to Fig Fed News, the May 14th, 2024 edition of your fake figure wrestling news. Huge news, let's get started. So, many guys were signed to the Ultimate Roster pool. Arya Davari, Mason Ryan, Rene Dupree, Carlito, Sean Davari, Heath Slater, Tajiri, Luther Reigns, Billy Kim, and Paul London. And currently not signed to the Ultimate, but High Chief Peter Maivia and Rocky Johnson have both signed on to the Elite Plus brand, which is also now known as Impact. NXT. In talks are still Mike Awesome and Raven. They are still negotiating their contracts to come on board. Also, huge news: ECW will have its roster increased to 30 instead of just 20. As future signings will be going to the WWFE. Well, now it's going to be the WWE or the WCW will come from ECW. So it's like a basically a not a training camp, but a like development program where they will go from ECW to one of those three other brands, and then other unsigned guys will then merge into ECW in the future. So there's no contract lengths with them, but the WWF and the WWE will have contracts as well as WCW contract lengths as well. So the newest guys to ECW though were Roman Reigns, the Bashams, Adam Rose, Dean Ambrose, Dino Bravo, the British Bulldog, Matt Striker, Lex Luger, and Mr. T. But as I stated earlier, the WWF and the WWE are splitting into two brands. They will each have 7 champions. They're going to have world champions, intercontinental. WWF will have the European champion. WWE will have the United States champion. The cruiserweight will be on the WWE brand. The light heavyweight will be on the WWF brand. And the hardcore will be on the WWF brand. And the 24/7 championship will be on the WWE brand. And of course, they'll have their own set of tag teams as well. But before all that happened, the shows took place, and this week was King of the Ring, which would see on Heat, Razor Ramon would defeat Owen Hart by pinfall, and Val Venis would actually defeat Mankind to win the Hardcore Championship. So he is going to be in the WWF brand as a Hardcore Champion. Mankind also would stay in the WWF. Next week will be the draft results. What has taken place is 30 superstars have been signed from the independent circuit, from the free agency pool, and 15 of them were sent to WWF and 15 were sent to the WWE. Not necessarily on a random drawing, just more of a predetermined drawing, but 15 guys from the current roster did go over to start the WWE brand. So over on the main show, EC3 defeated Batista by pinfall. This was the semifinals in the King of the Ring tournament. Triple H would defeat Roddy Piper by pinfall to also advance to the finals. Imperium would defeat Simon System in a non-title match in a 6-man match. Jason Jordan would upset Bret Hart to win the WWF Intercontinental title. He would then vacate the belt as he was drafted over to WWE, which will take place, the results for that in the future. Stone Cold Steve Austin would defeat Shawn Michaels by pinfall as well. And I just realized I made a mistake here, but Triple H would actually go on to defeat EC3 in the final of the King of the Ring. I apologize for not having that on there. And then Psycho Sid would defeat Superstar Billy Graham by pinfall to retain his WWF Heavyweight Championship. Over to WCW this week as Macho Man Randy Savage defeated David Otunga by pinfall. First off, Level Up and Rising Up have been changed to Heat and Thunder. ECW does not have a minor show. And of course, WWE will have Velocity in the future. So Thunder, Bill Goldberg defeated Steven Richards by pinfall. And the main event would see the Nasty Boys defeat Demolition by pinfall. Also, the formula has changed too, where it's only 4 matches per main card, 2 matches on the sub card. Brainbuster would defeat Street Profits by pinfall. Ricky Steamboat defeats William Regal by pinfall. The main event would see Drew McIntyre defeat Sean O'Haire by pinfall. ECW had no show this week. However, they will have a show starting next week going forward all weeks throughout. AEW, however, had a minor show as Miro defeated Ricky Starks by submission. The Lucha Bros defeated FTR by pinfall. Hook defeats MJF by pinfall. And The Acclaim defeats Jurassic Express by pinfall. Keith Lee and Isaiah Swerve Strickland were shown in the hype video to be debuting here in the coming weeks. Also, the House of Black defeats the Elite by pinfall. NXT held a show this week with actually titles on the line, which was MSK defeating Alpha Academy by pinfall. Carmelo Hayes becoming the first 24/7 champion. However, that belt would be sent over to WWE afterwards, so technically he won it, but then he had to vacate it, so it has been retired from the NXT brand. Ricochet would defeat Kevin Owens by pinfall. with stipulation that Kevin Owens would leave NXT, would actually quit if he did not win the title. So Kevin Owens has officially left NXT. Then match results for the week for the Ring of Honor as Kip Sabian defeats Shawn Spears by pinfall. Santino and Ortiz and Andrade defeated the Dark Order by pinfall. In the main event, we see the debuting Powerhouse Hobbs defeat Brian Cage. Powerhouse Hobbs, of course, was part of the AEW roster, would leave to come over to Ring of Honor in hopes of getting a bigger push, if you will, being featured higher on the card. IWGP held a show this week as Noam Dar defeats Trevor Murdoch by pinfall. Wrath defeats Chris Harris by pinfall. Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro defeat Sean Stasiak and Shannon Moore by pinfall. In the main event, we see Bill DeMott defeat Carlito in his final match with IWGP by pinfall. Nothing on Impact this week. Red Impact, however, Tyler Bates defeated Brodus Clay by pinfall. The Ascension defeated Heath Slater and Santino Marella by pinfall. Heath Slater would be his final match as well. In the main event, we see Alberto Del Rio defeat Keith Lee by pinfall. Nothing in the UWF this week, nor in the TNA, or XNA as I should put it. Buddy Roberts would defeat Jesse Ventura by pinfall. Ken Patara defeats Gorilla Monsoon by pinfall. The main event sees Lanny Poffo defeat Mr. Fuji by pinfall. Nothing in AAA to report this week, nor OROH, which is actually being rebranded to a new name in the coming weeks as well. World Wrestling Council did announce, though, that the UWA is no longer part of their conglomeration, as only Simon Gotch currently remains within that promotion after Great Khali has decided to sign with the IWGP, as well as Alex Riley. So there is only one guy left in that roster, and he is actually in negotiation to possibly joining into the Ultimate talent pool. And of course, GCW will be starting shows here pretty soon. However, nothing this week to report. Like I said, busy week this week. Stay tuned for obviously more debuts. Keep following the channel for more FigFed news as we continue to go on. We'll be announcing the pay-per-view schedule for the WWE roster, as well as the roster for WWE and the WWF, as they've been split and now combined with new people. So you get an idea of that, as well as big changes as well. There's rumors of also Tyson Tomko in negotiations, and so stay tuned for that. And of course, the big debut coming up of the many guys who are still off in Japan, who are supposed to be shipped over pretty soon once they're finished up their training, i.e. they're done being built. So stay tuned and check again. I'll see you next time.